Okay, everybody, Stephen Keys here, and I'm back with another inventRight member spotlight. Erik, thank you for joining us today.
My pleasure, Stephen.
You know, first of all, tell us about you. What do you do today? What do you do?
Actually, what I'm doing today is purely just doing this invention game full time.
Okay.
I had, we talked briefly about dyslexia and all that. I've had multiple jobs in the past where when I first got to the job, I'd be a rock star for maybe 6 months. Then after 6 months, I'm completely burned out on it. But fortunately, I never was like a big crazy spender, but I always saved and saved and saved and saved. And I'm at the point now where I could do this full time, even though I'm not earning anything on it yet. I can support myself and continue doing this. And I mean, I feel like I've already got things licensed because everything is so optimistic and well, I almost had one 2 weeks ago. I was at the table with a company, with their CEO, with their chief technology officer, with their legal guy, the guy that I was talking to, two other people, and it was the first Zoom call I was on. And man, I felt like I got the deal. And I found him through LinkedIn. Well, first of all, I did the exact sequence. I had exhausted my prior set of leads, and I went to the local Lowe's over here. Where would my product be? Right. I found this other company. I'm like, okay, I didn't license to these guys. So I took a picture of one of their products, went home, did some research, found them online, connect. One guy replied, and a week later, it was his work anniversary. So I said, hey, congrats on your work anniversary. He replies right away, thank you so much, I appreciate it. So I say, hey, by the way, does your company take outside product design ideas or design submissions? I don't remember the exact verbiage I used. And he said, matter of fact, we do, and your message is quite timely. He said, we just had a meeting today about a new product line we want to go with. So I said, okay, well, who do I send it to? He gave me his email. He gave me another guy's email. He's like, CC me on it, send it to this guy. I'll talk to him in the meantime. This was on a Thursday. Friday, he said, when can we talk next week? And then we talked the following Monday. And he's like, all right, we'll think about it. And then Tuesday morning, unfortunately, they said, we're going to go a different route. But still being in that scenario at the table and talking to them, it's like me and 6 of their people. I think I came across as confident, and it just feels like, it feels like I got a deal out of it.
Yeah, let's talk about that. That's amazing, by the way, because you're really in the game when that starts to happen, right?
Yes. Yeah. It changes how I feel about what I'm doing. Even though I didn't get a deal, my confidence has been elevated, which is, it's awesome. And that's when I decided, patent attorney. So I was frustrated. So first I Googled a patent attorney, find a guy, talk to him. He wanted to sell me a prior art search for, I think, $650. He wanted to do a PPA for $1,800. And as well, he wanted to not only apply for the utility patent, he also wanted to apply for a design patent. So I'm like, everything on his menu, he was trying to sell me. That's at least what I felt. And when I left there, that's when I got frustrated. And that's when I went to YouTube and I Googled something about inventors in conflict with an attorney. And when I hit enter, one of your videos came up, and I think that was the same title. It said inventors in conflict with an attorney. And I played it and I'm like, this is it. This is what I'm dealing with. Holy crap. And then that's when I did a research on inventRight. And then COVID had hit right after we moved to Arizona because we wanted to get out of LA and everything shut down. So at that point, I sat down every day on YouTube and I watched the inventRight channel pretty much from when I woke up to when I went to bed. And I think at that time, you guys had around 400 videos. And I watched every single one, going back to the first one where you were walking through Staples or one of those.
That's an early one. I think
it was your very first one that I could find on YouTube because you could sort it. So I sorted it from the oldest to the newest. And every day I tried to blow through as many as I could. And I haven't been keeping up with them because you guys have just so much content. But I got to that point and then I did research. I'm like, you know what? If I'm going to do this, if I'm going to take it seriously, I got to contact inventRight. Called you guys up.
So what was that tipping point? I'm always curious about, you have the interest, you want to do it, you're not quite sure how to do it. It's hard to get the right information. You're right. You're hearing a couple things. Hey, is that true? That's not. What was the tipping point for you? Say, I'm going to join these guys.
I think it was just all the knowledge you guys were putting out there. It was the frustration with the patent attorney that I talked to the one time. And then he was pushy the following Monday. He's like, I sent you my retainer. I was like, you know what, dude, I got to chill on this. I'm looking at some other things. And then I think really the tipping point was just reviewing that patent attorney in my head, reviewing what you guys were saying, continuously looking at what you guys had. And I'm like, this is it. This is what I need to do. This is what makes sense. So it really was just, it came from a level of frustration. And also I think when I got to a certain point with knowledge on you guys, I'm like, oh, this is the way to go.
Okay. Okay. So you join us, you watch our videos. Were you sure that was a good decision?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I felt it in my gut. It was kind of one of those gut things.
Okay.
When they say go, you always go with your gut. And I think that applies 99.9% of the time.
All right.
And it was like that. I'm like, this feels right. These guys are, they feel honest, and everything seemed accurate. And
okay. So, all right, you join now and you have a coach, and the coach is working with you, and you have access to a lot of information behind the scenes. So you're starting to learn what's real.
Yeah, right, right.
All right. So tell us about that. Once you go, wow, I don't need that. I do need that. What do you think about the content that you get now, and what's your perspective on it?
There's so much content. I mean, it's phenomenal how much stuff you guys have on just everything, whether it's someone who's licensing a toy to something in the kitchen to something for, I don't know, for your landscaping or for whatever. It's like every avenue has been tested, experimented, and and I feel, proven and worked through. So it all made sense for me.
So what's it like having a coach?
Oh, it's great. It's great. I have Paul right now. I started out with Kirk. Then, as you know, he got his deal on Shark Tank, so he was adios. So, I mean, lucky him. I hope he's doing great. And then I got Paul, and Paul is just a phenomenal guy. Just his knowledge, amazing. Everything. He gets back to me right away on email. He has an answer for everything. And it just, one thing I can say, I can't explain what this product is, because I'm going to be starting to pitch it. Maybe even next week to Hasbro. It could apply for them. I have two things that would apply for them, but this idea I'm specifically talking about, when it's used a certain way, it emits a sound. I can't go into detail what it is, but it emits a sound. And I was trying to show that on the sell sheet, and Paul said, just put a couple notes around it. I said, you mean like a phrase and a bubble? He's like, no, musical notes. Nice. And it was like a revelation. As soon as you see the product with musical notes around it, when the child's engaged with it, that obviously tells you it emits a sound. You don't need to know if it's a melody or what it is, but it creates a sound. And just with a couple little things in there, it's just, his insight's phenomenal. So anybody who's thinking about a coach or doing it on your own, and get access to the data, I would say always go with the coach first.
So why do you attend our co-founder calls? Because we have those once a month too. Why do you do that? You've been with us now for a while, but why do you go to those? Because that's kind of,
I don't, it's hearing what you guys have to say about anything inventing and licensing. Right. There's always something there that has tremendous value. Right. If you're going to get into this game, even if you're going to venture, there's tremendous value in what you guys have to say. Even if you're just, have a casual conversation, it's just a subject matter you guys talk about is why I'm a student.
Well, we thank you for saying that. We have a lot of students that we helped get on QVC, or maybe some retailers. It's a full range, right? It's licensing is what we love, but we have students in all these different areas. All right, you follow the videos. Do you read any of my books?
Matter of fact, yeah, this is the first one that I got.
All right.
Become a professional inventor. And then I bought One Simple Idea. And then after joining inventRight, I got this one.
Okay.
And you guys ended up sending me this one, and you guys were so kind.
Oh, good.
to autograph it for me. So yeah, am I missing any?
I don't think so.
Okay, good.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Eric, thank you for coming on and sharing
pleasure.
your
Thank
story
you for
because,
doing everything that you're doing.
well, thank you so much. It's really important to hear what people are thinking. What are they doing? And why are we here together? So thank you so much for coming on.
My pleasure, Stephen.
All right.
Anytime you want to chat, I'm here to chat.
All right, great. Hey, this is Stephen Key. Thank you for watching another inventRight Member Spotlight. This is Eric. Until next time, we'll see you.